Good morning to Coosa High School. Today is October 15th. In my segment, I took the time to interview the soccer head coach, Mr. Goodwin. The soccer team has played 11 games so far this season. The captains this year are Jay Thomas, Lane O'Donnell, and Bryce Gildenzoff. Major stat leaders are Andre Mateo for goals and Lane O'Donnell in assists. The Coosa is a very young team with only 2 seniors. Here's the interview with them. So, what were your expectations coming into the season?
We were new, we were young. Expectations were this was going to be a growing year. And I wanted in the second half of the season to surprise some teams that took us for granted. And this week we had some games against Adams and Cooley where we're all back together, we're all healthy, and really we're looking to get some results from those games.
And how did what happened so far this season compare to your expectations?
Our growth is phenomenal. From the beginning of the year where we weren't playing as a team, we're completing over 80 passes a game right now. We're starting to win the possession battle. We're starting to get more shots on goal than our opponents. Right now, once we start putting this all together, this is actually above expectation as I watch them perform on the field.
All right. And then who, and you can name more than one player, has improved the most this season?
Jonah Neville's effort as a senior should be setting the standard for every underclassman I have on the team, the level of effort that a person is supposed to put out. That's what he's doing. I didn't know what kind of upperclassman leadership I would get, but he is doing that on the field for certain. As far as the young players that are growing the most, the freshmen, all of the freshmen. I mean, Hayden Eubinger and Dylan Bruin stick out because they're brand new to the sport and their growth curve is, they just keep going up. But all of the freshmen have been asked to step up into a role that they might not have been ready for, and they've done it. Jerry Carlson in goal, Ashlyn Wilcox joining the team halfway through the season has been a huge aid and helped get us through a lot of games. George moving into a new role on defense. The freshmen all deserve a lot of credit.
And with the games that are left, what are your expectations about them?
I would like to pull at least one win and one draw out of the remaining games that we have on the schedule. And our seeding meeting took place recently. I know we're going to Arcadia, ranked top 10 in the state for playoffs. I want to put a score on the board. I want them to take us for granted early enough that we get a score on the board and really make them focus and work a bit harder than they thought they'd have to against us.
All right. And what are you looking forward most about next season?
If everyone does what they're supposed to do in the off season, if everyone trains, if everyone hits the weight room, if people do intensive cardio and show up to the season in shape, with this much growth, I'm only graduating one player. I've got multiple players coming up from the middle school. We should start to move into the middle of the conference for finishing next year. Next year should look a lot different if everyone puts in the time and effort this year.
Thank you, Coach Goodwin, for the interview. The soccer team has 3 more scheduled games to play and the playoffs left. They look to compete and win their remaining games, and next season look to surprise the South Central Conference by trying to get 3rd. Now on to Logan Petch with this segment.
Recently I've noticed a strange lab near our cafeteria. I'm not sure exactly what they were producing out of that lab, so I did some research and I conducted an interview with the man behind it all.
What is the deal with growing the lettuce, Mr. Shainfeld?
Okay, well this year, yes, we're growing lettuce again, which last year we weren't able to. But we're back in action. Maybe you can see some of the lettuce growing back there. And now this year we have a second hydroponic system, so we'll be able to grow twice the amount of lettuce. And I think that'll really benefit the cafeteria and the kids that are taking horticulture.
So that's where the lettuce will be going, into the cafeteria?
Yep, we're going to try to incorporate it into these school lunches this year. And so we'll have fresh organic lettuce for school lunch, hopefully weekly.
Will any of it be able to be purchased if it's not being used by the lunch?
Hopefully, we can look into that and see if there's interest. I think we'll have enough room now and enough lettuce that we will be growing to probably do a little bit of both.
What's the life cycle of the lettuce from, are you starting from seed?
Yes, it takes about 3 to 5 days for the seeds to germinate, and then from there about another week to 10 days until we transplant them into the hydroponic system, and then about 14 days after that before they're ready to harvest.
So a little under a month.
So yeah, right around between 3 weeks and a month.
Are there plans to grow anything else besides lettuce?
Yeah, actually this year we've got cacti is what we're growing this year, and some other succulents. We've got a few bonsai trees, and so for the foreseeable future, that's what we'll be working with.
Will those be for sale as well?
Yeah, we're hoping to by the end of the semester to sell those.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if students are interested in joining it, is there any prerequisite classes for horticulture or no?
Nope, anybody can join. It's also a dual credit course, so you get science credit at Nhsn High School, and you get credit at Midstate for taking horticulture.
And is this just a semester long, so students could join for second semester?
Yep, we offer it both semesters, and it's just 1 semester long.
Anything else you'd like to add about this endeavor?
It's a really fun course, and I think the kids enjoy all the hands-on stuff that we do in here. So.
Thank you, Mr. Schoenfeld. And if any of you guys still have any questions or desire to be a part of the program, please get a hold of him as soon as possible. And hopefully by the end of this semester, we will all be able to support their business.
And now, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Happy Friday, everyone. Today, happy birthday goes out to Taylor Wingle. On Saturday, happy birthday goes out to Christina Peterson and Miss Lee Betch. On Sunday, Kiara Campbell, Pamela Tompkins, and Mrs. Coyer are also celebrating birthdays. Happy birthday, everyone. Today, varsity football is away at Windberg Burnhamwood. That game starts at 7. On Saturday, soccer and volleyball are both home versus Watoma at 1 o'clock. And clubs today at lunch are FCC LA. Parent-teacher conferences begin next week, Tuesday. Please remind your parents to sign up for a time slot in Parent Square or with your advisor. Our Jostens rep will be here next Tuesday during the beginning of an advisory to meet with seniors regarding graduation gowns and caps. Then he will meet with the sophomores to hand out information about class rings during the second half of advisory. Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend and make good choices.